Hello everyone, and welcome to another My Little Pony Friendship is Magic episode review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the two-part season finale of Season 2, A Canterlot Wedding. Now this episode is a mega favorite to lots of fans of the show, and for good reasons, and I will point them all out during this review. So, the episode begins with the main six out on a picnic together. I was wondering when they were going to do something like that in the series. Spike comes running up with some urgent news for the ponies. Princess Celestia has invited the main six to make preparations for a wedding being held in Canterlot. The groom of the wedding turns out to be Twilight Sparkle's brother. Now naturally, I was not surprised at this, because bronies always talk about the upcoming episodes of this show 3 weeks before they air. I always do my best to avoid spoilers, but oftentimes I just can't. Up to this point in the series, we never knew that Twilight had a brother, so it would make sense for this to be a shocker to people. But of course, bronies always want to be spoiled. You might as well tell them that they want to get what they're getting for Christmas before Halloween even gets here. But I digress. So anyway, Twilight gets upset because her brother never told her about this sooner. She and her brother are supposedly the best of friends, but she's never seen him in such a long time. Now Twilight breaks out into a song, which is one of the most memorable songs in the season. I like the song, but from my perspective, when the other ponies joined in, it looked to me like they were mocking her. So, the ponies arrive in Canterlot, which has a large barrier over it, as well as being guarded by like 100,000 guards. Twilight looks for Shining Armor to give him her beef, but it turns out Princess Celestia has asked Shining Armor to keep Canterlot secure because of a threat that's being forced over it. Shining Armor reveals to Twilight that he is marrying this pony named Cadence, who is Twilight's old foal-sitter. Twilight loves Cadence. Then we get to see a flashback to Twilight as a filly, and with her younger voice, Twilight did sound a lot more like Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls, who was also voiced by Tara Strong, by the way. So then we meet Cadence, and she somehow has no memory of Twilight whatsoever. We then see a chain of events happening with all the other ponies doing their preparations for the wedding, and Cadence acts like a real bitch to everyone. And somehow, I don't know why, but only Twilight seems to notice this. By the way, Lyra Heartstrings spoke in this episode, and the fandom rejoiced. So then Twilight tries to knock some sense into everyone, but they all just beat her to the ground. By everyone, I mean Cadence, her friends, her brother, and even Princess Celestia. And if that wasn't bad enough, Cadence comes out of nowhere and banishes Twilight to who knows where. And that's the end of part 1. They might as well end the series there. Let the bad guy win for once, like in Chinatown. Right? No! I'll not have it! Sorry about that. So it turns out Twilight has been sent to some cave underneath Canterlot that most ponies have forgotten even existed. While she's there, she meets the real Cadence. Turns out the Cadence Twilight met earlier was an imposter. So as Twilight and Cadence try to escape the caves, the imposter Cadence is getting ready for her wedding. And of course this leads into an epic song, which I swear sounded like Alan Menken wrote it. I'm sure that's what the writers of that song were aiming for, which is why so many people compare it to a Disney villain song. And I don't know why, but it made me think of the Little Mermaid sequels. But I digress. So Twilight and Cadence make it out of the caves just in the nick of time to stop the wedding, and then BOOM! Out of nowhere, the evil Cadence transforms into Queen Chrysalis. Now immediately right off the bat, when I saw Queen Chrysalis, I had a feeling this antagonist was going to become a huge fan favorite and welcomed into the list of Ensemble Dark Horse characters. And, well, turns out I was right. Although I should have known Shining Armor and Cadence would become Dark Horses as well. But I digress. So Chrysalis shockingly takes down Princess Celestia. The princess sends the main six out to get the Elements of Harmony, but then the Queen's minions of changelings invade and make an attack on Canterlot. This leads to an epic battle against the changelings as they all transform into the ponies and attack them. This battle so looks like something out of a video game, which still begs the question why Hasbro still hasn't made a video game about the series yet. And sadly, I don't think that they even have any plans to ever do one. But I digress. I feel Queen Chrysalis was defeated way too easily. She only had a few minutes of screen time, and it turned out the ponies didn't need the elements after all. All they needed was Cadence's love. What? That's just something I never got. The power of love, or the power in your heart, is the key to everything. Oh, really? Will that give me a new job, or make me get straight A's in all my classes, or make all my electronics all run perfectly? But I digress. How many times have I said that? Am I turning into the Great Clement? Anyway, the evil changelings are now all gone, and the wedding gets back in order. And we get to see a montage of the real Cadence doing stuff with the ponies and their wedding preparations. Now, I don't know why, but I really loved that one little scene where Cadence was dancing with Pinkie Pie. Twilight was right. Cadence is an amazing pony, or Alcorn, if you will. If Princess Celestia had a mini-me, it would be Cadence. So Cadence marries Shining Armor and becomes Princess Cadence. But then we get to see DJ Pawn 3 make a cameo, and the fandom rejoiced. This leads to yet another song in this episode, which I must say was a perfect way to end this season on. One thing I don't understand about the songs on this series, as good as they may be, everyone seems to love them. I mean, as good as they may be, they're on the same level as the bubblegum pop music of today that you'd hear on the Disney Channel or something. I mean, if this was a Disney show, people would hate the songs, so why love them? I guess Disney and Hasbro are rivals in the world of television, so that would make a little bit of sense. So, final verdict. This was perfect for a season finale, for it was an extremely epic episode. To be honest, I actually had doubts that there was even going to be a Season 3, because I thought, there's no way they'd be able to top something as epic as this. Even though Hasbro did confirm that there was a third season in the works, I still had my doubts, especially since we had to wait over 6 months for Season 3 to premiere. Well, we're in the middle of Season 3 now, and Hasbro has confirmed that a Season 4 is in development. So at least I know the series isn't ending anytime soon. I seriously hope they make a movie, because this show is totally worthy of a movie. Oh, and also, Princess Luna was in this episode. And the fandom rejoiced. Now then, the next episode I'm going to be reviewing is... Baby Cakes. Well, until next time, Powerpup 97 away.